evening, everyone. Welcome to the Mayday Network. I'm Michelle Kinney, and we're going to talk about the Final Four. I'm here with Joe Urso and Chris Copeland, who we call Cope, and we call Joe. But we're going to talk about the Final Four tonight, both with men's and women's basketball, which is coming up in the next couple of days. When's the men's? Sunday? Saturday?
The women are tomorrow. And the men are Saturday.
Okay, I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember who goes first.
They're starting late too. Like the first men's game is at like 6:30 or something like that.
Oh, wow. That is early.
And then 8:40. Well, because they got to play 2 games.
No, but I'm saying to me, I think that's late. I'm getting old, guys. I'm on the other end. I think that that's late.
I know.
6:09, 6:09 tip off for the first men's Final Four game.
6 what?
6:09.
Okay, so it should end by 8:30.
Second game starting at 8:49.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be under some covers by the time that one ends.
Well, guys,
hopefully I stay awake.
Guys, I want to let's get right into it. Let's get right into it because I think that we had a really memorable, at least Elite Eight, right? I mean, I don't know a single person who wasn't talking about that shot, and we all know what I'm talking about, right?
I mean,
the shot. Well, why don't we roll the tape?
Let's what did Raftery say? Onions!
Right.
Let's roll the tape, Michelle.
Get it into Boozer, back for Saar, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up.
It's crazy.
Have you seen the video of Raftery? And,
yes, I was trying to get it. I was trying to get it to show.
And Grant Hill. Grant Hill is like utterly, he's like
speechless.
It's killing him.
Yeah.
Killing him at that moment.
Together.
What's that?
He kept it together.
He did keep it together, but he was silent. Like Raftery was like, he was talking and he was still just silent for a little bit. Like
I stood up and screamed. I was like, for the win! I started screaming.
Both of us did.
When the Duke player it was the
Little Boozer.
Little Boozer, right? When he threw the pass and it got deflected in the air, Jackie, my wife goes, oh!
Yeah.
And then I was like, whoa, oh my God. And then I was like, no way. And I like jumped on the bed. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. I feel like if there's one thing that can bring this country together, it is a deep hatred for Duke basketball.
That is correct.
It brings us all together. It brings the boys to the yard. And it was delightful to watch Duke lose in such a way. I saw this meme that was like a carousel of pictures of from the coach, the people next to him, the people behind him, grabbing their heads, grabbing their faces. I think
the mother.
No, right. Oh, the mother.
The mother.
Yeah, that was great.
From UConn.
It's I mean, talk about a painful way. Such a painful way to lose on a completely avoidable mistake. There's no pressure to get it across the half court line because there's under 10 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to foul you. They actually made the mistake by not fouling earlier in the play.
Yeah.
Right, like you basically bailed them out by throwing it up. Just you hold the ball, get fouled, go hit 2 free throws. You're going to Indy. It didn't work out that way.
I heard. I think Hurley said that they didn't want to foul immediately because they wanted to try to force him into a mistake. I don't think they drew it up that way to run off 7 seconds and then have it.
Risky.
Hey, it's all about the result, I guess. How you get there doesn't matter. And what a selfless play by Caravan, right? Like he wasn't shooting well. He hit the really big 3. What was it? The possession before. He wasn't shooting well.
No one was. They were like 1 for 20 from the.
There was a lid on the rim, right? And he wasn't shooting well, but he's kind of their guy for that shot. But for him to recognize that the shot's not here for me and to go back to Mullins,
who was 0 for 4 from 3, by the way.
Yeah, but man, and that was deep. That was like Shane Foster at Vanderbilt back in the 07 era. You know, I mean. What a way to lose. If there was, and honestly, I can't think of another team. Maybe it was Florida for me, but like almost any other team, I would be sick to my stomach for them, even without a fan interest. But for this team,
UConn was 5 of 23 from 3-point range, and I think 3 of those came in the last minute. Yeah. Right. At one point, I remember that I saw that they were like 1 for 18 from 3, and to be only down 5 points after shooting 1 for 18 from 3 is like pretty incredible.
And part of that is where you have to give Duke credit, right? They're clearly one of the best defensive teams in the country, if not the best. And so they defend you everywhere. They defend on the perimeter, and that's part of the reason why the shooting was like that. I mean, the guy had to hit a 35-footer to win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't get anything easy.
I mean, Duke should close that out. You can't be up 19 points and blow the lead and be, have the team shoot 1 for 18 from 3 and lose the game. That's like.
As a guy who grew up in the DMV and, and had a
Maryland.
Very much a fandom of the Terrapins growing up. Now Duke knows what it's like to lose a lead like that in the Final Four, because I'll never forget before Maryland won their championship the year before in the Final Four, we played Duke and had back then it was we. I was a big Terp fan back in those days. They had a 20-point lead, I think, or 19-point lead, something like that. And then, one of the best players on Duke's team, the guys with the striped shirts, they helped Duke just
the Zebras
back in the game,
The Zebras. Yeah, it was just an incredible way, incredible game. One of the most indelible moments. We'll get to that. We'll have a chat about that. But I also want to talk about some of the other games and just mention we talked about last episode, right, with Kelvin Sampson and Rick Barnes, 2 of the great coaches, just still can't get over. Rick Barnes can't get over that hump. Kelvin Sampson, they made the Final Four last year. I think maybe even the final game.
They were in the final game. Yeah,
and couldn't get a win. But these are 2 of the best coaches going, and for them not to get there is something you'd like to see. As much as Cope and I dislike Tennessee, Rick Barnes is a great coach.
He's a great coach. I mean, the guy can flat out coach. And the statement he kind of made with this turning run was basically, I ain't dead yet, guys. I'm here, and I can really put together a strong team that's formidable. And unfortunately, they ran into a giant over the weekend that was not going to be taken down by the likes of Tennessee. Unfortunately for the Rick Barnes' sake, but he's a heck of a coach.
Yeah,
Hall of Famer in my book.
Yeah, so 2 of the great coaches. And Michelle, I put in. I wanted to also mention the women's tournament here, and one of the great endings we had in the women's tournament. And that's the Duke LSU game. So let's just take a look at that ending there.
The Blue Devils with 2.6 to go. They get it into Jackson. Good if it goes.
Incredible.
I mean, if you're LSU in that moment, just the pain of just what it's about to go down.
That hurts.
And it's just spinning around and spinning around. Your fate has already been decided, and you just have to sit there and watch that slowly
Like
go
watching
in.
a car crash. You're like,
Yeah,
ah.
totally.
That was pretty ridiculous, that shot. And just like in the UConn game, if it doesn't go down, they lose. So it's like
Yeah.
it's not even a tie game, right? It's like it's in
Yeah.
and they win, or it's out and they lose. I
Yeah.
mean, wow. Couldn't
Yeah.
happen to a better
Moment.
coach, though.
That's what it's all about. Unfortunately, we didn't get many of those. Not that there has to be a buzzer beater, but there weren't many of those that were interesting. I think Notre Dame kept it interesting, more interesting than I thought that they would,
Yeah.
for a little while against UConn. But once again, that UConn strength just,
Yeah.
All the number one seeds, the Goliaths all won on the women's side, and now it sets up for a great Final Four. I mean,
totally. And you know, I feel like, you know, when you have a 1-6 matchup and that one is UConn, when you have a team like Notre Dame with Hidalgo, who is
Yeah.
she's a tremendous player, but when you're watching that game, you're sitting there going, she's got to do everything.
Yeah,
like it's already going to take a Herculean effort to beat UConn, and then you yourself have got to basically do everything, and that gets them into problems, right? Like I think she had like 5 turnovers because she's trying to do it all, but meanwhile she got like 22 points, 11 rebounds, played all 40 minutes. So, you know, hats off to Hannah Hidalgo.
Yeah, I mean, and she played incredible against our Commodores, right? I mean, 31. She almost had a quadruple double or something like that. I mean, she was incredible, and that was another game where I think Notre Dame was like 1 for 20 from 3, and they still won. It's like kind of incredible that Vanderbilt lost that game when the opponent shoots like that from 3. You just expect to win.
Hey, that's March Madness, right? Things get things.
You never know what's going to happen, right? That's the best part about it.
Yeah. So let's get into the women's Final Four then. While we're on it, we got UConn, South Carolina. That's the first one up. Cope, you got any thoughts on? I mean, first of all, Gino Dawn, right?
Well, here's my thing. I've gone back and forth on Gino over the years, right? You know, I mean, like he's obviously built an incredible program, and he's an incredible coach, right? And I always struggle with like who's the incredible coach, but when you have that much consistency, you gotta hand it to him, right? Because I always struggle with that, like with Saban, right? Like I definitely think Saban's an incredible coach, but when you have all of the best players, you should win, right? But in basketball, it's a little bit different, right? There's only 5 players, right? And so somebody else can definitely have a squad that can come beat you, you know.
But he be like this every year. I mean, it's
every year. It's incredible. It's incredible, and I love what he did when he stuck up for the women in the tournament, and how they're treated with the schedule, the media schedule, and I love that. Did you guys see that press
conference? And 18, where they combine the regions and they have no practice time. He was saying about that.
Yeah. But here, so for this Final Four, you know, I kind of think about this Final Four the way I do on the men's side, where there's one of the Final Four games I think is going to decide the champion, right? I think South Carolina, UConn rematch of last year's title game. I think your champion's in that game, and and we'll get to it later. But I feel the same way about one of the Final Four games.
There was I didn't read the article, but I saw a headline that said, what happens when one of the games is the de facto championship game? And there's probably some, Nate Silver-like data about, the one game that everyone thinks is the game and how many times the winner actually comes from that game. So now I'm like interested to now that you mentioned it, right?
Go back test it.
Actually does happen where one of the games is seen as the better game where the champion's likely to come from, and how often it actually happens. So you like South Carolina versus UConn, even though UCLA is kind of seen as the second best team, and that's why they're on the other side.
I do, because I think that there's something about
Dawn.
there's something about Dawn, and there's something also about just having been there more recently. Played in that game last year. I don't even know if this South Carolina team is as good as last year's team, but there is something about coming up this short.
Motivation.
Yeah, and now that, like, to your point though, UCLA is a hunter here, right? They're extremely good. It's not to take anything away from them. It's one of those things where I got to see it first before I believe that it's not coming from the South Carolina UConn matchup. And within that matchup, that one's hard to pick. I mean, where are you landing right now?
And last year South Carolina won UConn won that last game as a 2 seed against the 1 seed South Carolina and won by like 25 points. So
and it was never really close.
Yeah.
It was a blowout in the first half, if I remember correctly.
So I'm sure they're out for revenge. And Michelle, you put up the UCLA game there, right?
Yep.
I mean, well, first before we move, Michelle, what do you think? UConn, South Carolina. You have any thoughts?
I mean,
Gino, who
listen,
can go against UConn?
right. I mean, after watching Syracuse absolutely get pummeled in such an epic way, in such truly like my high school's JV team playing. It was so bad that I'm like, well, they better win it all. They better. Yeah. Because if not, makes it even worse. Makes it even worse.
It really is tough seeing. Not to go back because we relitigate it because we talked about it last week, but it is really tough seeing scores like that.
So bad
in a sports postseason.
Right. Right. I was like, what are we even doing here? Like, I can't,
But it really does speak to that quality we were talking about, and quality and consistency of UConn's program, and just, they just, Paige Becker is one of their best players of all time leaves, and it's like nothing happened. They're 38-0.
So let's move to Texas against UCLA here. And which is Cope, you think that this is the lesser of the games, but Texas has played South Carolina well, I think, this year, right? So now just double checking. South Texas versus South Carolina. This is live lookup. It was a close game. South Carolina won by 3 at one point, and Texas won by 2. So they've shown they can compete with South Carolina. So and UCLA is like 35-1 or something like that. So I feel like UCLA can also compete right with South Carolina and UConn as well. And I think the coach of Texas, Vic Schaefer, he's been in the Final Four a couple of times with some other programs, Miss State as well, which actually we'll get to in a minute, Miss State. But it should be a great game, 2 closely matched teams, and I'm really looking forward to who's gonna take this one down. Madison Booker, I believe, on Texas, one of the best players in the country, had a 40-point game earlier in the tournament. So looking forward to seeing her out there as well.
Yeah, you got Lauren Betts on the UCLA side. She gets points, gets boards. They've got they're a fantastic team. I think where I'm leaning here is back to that the motivation factor. That one blemish on the record is on the other bench, right? Was against Texas. So a little bit of a rematch factor here. Hard to beat teams.
Bulletin board, you got that extra motivation.
Board. It's hard to beat teams multiple times. And unfortunately, Texas finds themselves in a situation where they've got to beat UCLA twice, but UCLA only has to beat them once because this is the only one that matters right now. Mm-hmm. So, I think that having that earlier, that's loss earlier in the season is going to motivate UCLA to get over the hump on this one.
All right, let's go to our men's preview here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
We have Illinois against UConn. First up, I I talked about Brad Underwood before, and I just want to say this on our first episode, Michelle. I talked about the Ken Palm and how I used the Ken Palm to help me.
Yeah.
Okay, if Duke would have held on, which they should have done, the top 4 teams in Ken Palm right now: Illinois, Michigan, Arizona, and Duke. The top 4 teams on the Ken Palm.
Wow.
Right, and UConn is number 11. So if Duke hangs on, the top 4 teams would have made it. So that is one of the best sources for how teams are playing and who are really the best teams. So just pat myself on the back, and viewers here at Mayday Network were one of the first to know. You're very welcome.
Well, it's funny you should bring that back up, Joe, because let's bring it back to old Cope's auction group. Where we utilize Ken Palm extensively, and we are in both Final Four games with Illinois and Arizona.
You got a guaranteed winner if it's Arizona versus Illinois.
Yeah, we have a guaranteed winner if both those teams win. So I'm with you on the Ken Palm, man. That's where it's at.
Pat ourselves on the back.
Before we get into the teams, I want to know. In a 4-man battle royale between these coaches, who's coming out on top?
I mean, Dan Hurley is definitely bringing the heat, but Brad Underwood is a big boy.
Yeah.
Dusty
May's too sweet, huh?
If they're in the octagon on the White House lawn on July 4th,
on the 4th
who's coming?
God bless America.
I'm going Brad Underwood. I'm with you, Joe. I think Brad Underwood comes in.
Big boy. If they're in the octagon on July 4th, we're going to have a big octagon. Oh, my gosh. So, I mean, I just love the way going back to Stephen F. Austin days with Brad Underwood. I just love the way that he coaches his teams up and down the floor. Number 1 offense on Ken Palm.
You said Stephen F. Austin?
Yes.
Not Stone
Cold. That's where he was for a long time.
Not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No. Not Stone Cold.
Right.
Not Stone Cold. But I actually love that you brought that up because Cope and I are old school. I mean, there's a couple of beds at Vanderbilt that are put out to pasture. Okay. But I just love the way Brad Underwood coaches his team up and down the floor. It's really, really a great brand of basketball to watch. And of course, Dan Hurley, Jesus, what is 3 Final Fours in 4 years?
The guy can coach. I mean, he is off his, he is, like out of his mind sometimes. But like, I mean, here's the thing about guys like that, because I know he's very polarizing, and I know there's a lot of people who are like, I just can't stand that guy or whatever. Yeah. But I always say, like, look at the players, look at the staff around somebody, and how they view and speak of somebody goes a way further than just like what I'm gonna see in a coach in a high intensity moment losing his shit, right? Like, his players love him. That goes a long way for me, especially in this era where the players a lot of times only love themselves and their clicks on the internet.
Willing to leave the coach immediately for greener, right?
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And like you said, Joe, I mean, 3 Final Fours in 4 years, and they had Florida on the run. I mean, they played bad in the game against Florida last year. And we're still close, but then what was that kid that Florida had last year, Clayton? I mean, every game during the tournament when stuff got close, he just took over. So I mean, they could have almost ended up having 4 straight years in the Final Four.
Did they lose in the Elite 8 last year?
I think it was. I can't remember if it was Elite 8 or the Sweet 16. It might have been the Sweet 16.
I mean, the man can coach. He's got a lineup of 5 guys that all score, right? They're not relying on one player this year. And to be in the Final Four 3 out of 4 years is just an incredible job. And I mean, UConn men's and women's hoops, this little town in northeast Connecticut to have, is just,
Cool.
props
Much
to them.
respect.
The whole state is on them,
Much respect to Jim Calhoun for building that program, right?
the Big East. Michelle.
Listen.
I just wanted to run. Hold on, here comes the wind-up toy. Go ahead, Michelle. Big East. Go ahead.
The other night, I was feeling inspired by watching Jerry McNamara's first press conference, and I was like,
everybody drink. We got a Syracuse reference.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn on 30 for 30. I'm gonna watch the 2000, 13 or whatever it was, about the Requiem for the Big East, and it's just, it's just sad that football destroyed basketball.
It is true. I came home the other night, Cope, and I came home, and what was she watching? Requiem for a Dream. It was on.
No, Requiem for the Big East. Requiem for a Dream.
Whatever. Yeah. She was. You were watching it. It's so very true. That's what I came home to. That's why I love it.
It's just so good, man. And it would make a great movie. That's all I'm gonna say. So.
Okay. Now the other game we now the main card on the UFC fight here on the White House lawn. Michigan against Arizona. I mean.
This is the game I was referring to earlier. This is the game I was referring to earlier when I was saying there's a game on the men's side which I truly think is going to determine the national champion.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan has just been absolutely crushing teams. I mean, that game against Tennessee was a blowout like within 10 minutes. It was 30-15 or something like that, and then it was never close. The whole game. I mean, and Michigan's been doing this all season. They started the season off just absolutely crushing teams up and down the floor. I think they started something like 18-0. Most of their wins by double digits. It's like Dusty May has coached lights out. Lendenborg has been incredible, and it's just, I'd say, Michigan may be a slight favorite here. I wonder who Vegas likes. Cope, what do you think?
I feel like, well, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Or Michelle, what do you think? Yeah.
No, I just want to interject here because you're asking what Vegas thinks, what Polymarket thinks, what this. I feel like honestly, I think sports betting has ruined everything. I hate it. I do. Every time I don't mind.
I don't mind the sports betting in Vegas. You go to Vegas, you want to do it, but yeah, I don't like the sports betting in my pocket.
Yeah, it makes me feel some kind of way. Anyways,
especially when it gets down to
yeah, it's like, he's gonna wipe his nose in the fourth quarter and before
he's gonna win the coin flip.
Yeah,
it's so stupid.
Does he blink 3 times at the free throw line before?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. There goes the mortgage.
Right. Sorry, hon.
It's like Uncut. Did you watch Uncut Gems?
I haven't seen it. That's on the list.
God.
You should watch Uncut Gems. You actually, yeah.
The worst movie.
No, but it's all about that, Cope. You think it's hilarious, actually. It's
going
funny.
Back to this game. I think I see this in both Michigan and Arizona, and that is they both have this switch where they're even because it happened a little bit in early rounds in this tournament where it's like a little bit of playing with your food. And then they go, nah, I'm done with this. And then off Michigan goes, and then off Arizona goes. Like there's a certain point where they flip. Both teams have this ability to say, you know what, we're flat out better. We're better at every position. We're deeper, and we're more skilled. And we're gonna ramp up the intensity right here for a 5-minute stretch, and that 5-minute stretch ends up just dooming the other team.
Both teams have been incredible all year long. So, and then I was right. Vegas does favor Michigan by 1.5, so it's close.
Y'all are going to be insufferable.
Insufferable.
But Cope, who's that? Who remind me again? I'm drawing a blank on the Arizona star guard.
Well, I love Jaden Bradley, but they have the freshman Burries, who I think has been. I think he has been terrific all season and terrific in this tournament. But Jaden Bradley, that's my guy. He's just a leader. Every time they need a bucket, they need a big play, they need a big pass. He's there stepping up and making it happen.
It's going to be an incredible game. I'm actually really looking forward to watching it
it'll be good. It'll be good.
I won't be like
a Michigan homer.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Everyone drink. Yeah.
My auction team, we've made it to where we're almost covering. Like if we don't win either of these games, like we on a pro rata basis, like I'm out $16, So like basically
cash out, take some insurance.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So like obviously I want Arizona, Illinois to win, but like if Michigan wins, I'll be
Michelle.
But I'll be pissed if they win and don't win the finals.
For your sake, I hope it's Arizona versus Illinois. For me, I hope it's Michigan.
I'm hoping for UConn. I want a UConn Michigan final. That's
wow! Look, Cope, what are you gonna do about? I mean, that's
Michelle doesn't want me to make any money. God. Oh,
that's daggers.
Even after Brad Underwood's speech, I love that. And he's
I missed his speech. What did he say?
He was like 39. You have 39 years in this, and the only way I'm able to do this is because I have when you have a wife that's stuck with you, throughout all this. I'm butchering it, but I love it. He seems like a guy who is just truly cherishing this and appreciating the moment. In a very like high octane, high ego profession. He just seems like a guy that you want your kids to play for.
Well, before we get to our picks, which we're going to do on the last segment here, let's get into some of our past favorite Final Four moments. On the women's side, we'll start with my favorite moment was the Notre Dame game winner. I don't know, Michelle, can you pull that one up?
Yep, I got it.
Yep, I remember.
For a national championship or overtime.
And I just love the call, by the way, too. I'm an announcer guy. I love sports announcers.
Ogunbowale for the win. Good! Ogunbowale!
So good.
I love the call. That was a great shot. I mean, the way the ball arced up, it wasn't like it was like a moon ball,
Yeah.
That was an amazing call as well.
Speaking of good calls, there's like a 2.5-minute montage on Twitter of all the calls of the UConn game of that last basket, and it's just like everybody
of this like sports radio of the UConn sports radio,
and fantastic. It's really fantastic.
Oh, I'd like to listen to that. Like Westwood One, the radio, and then the team's radio. Yeah, I would love to watch that.
The one that was with Duke's radio team, he was immediately like, "Oh, there are players on the court. This should be a technical foul." They're not calling that.
Please.
They're not calling that.
Of course, little pipsqueaks. Yeah.
I think my favorite, going back to our one of our favorite moments from last week was the Brenda Freese moment with the Maryland player. So giving her a shout out again, Brenda Freese, her championship, Maryland versus Duke. I think it was like 2006 when they won. Went to overtime in the national championship. Unfortunately, it was one of my high school classmates, Monique Curry, was a star on Duke's team that night. Unfortunately, they
had a little bit of a rooting interest for Duke.
What's that?
So you had any rooting interest for Duke?
Yeah, it was. I remember that it being really tough because I wanted Maryland to win. Being
From Maryland.
Love Terps growing up, and so there was that.
Maryland, Maryland.
Yeah, and Monique was on the other team, so and she was having a great game. So it was. I remember it being tough, but that was a great moment. I always liked Brenda Fries, and so that's my favorite.
Great coach. Great coach.
Mm-hmm.
And now let's go to one of the men's moments and I hate to do this, but it is one of the moments that I specifically remember was the Butler game
against Duke.
Yeah. You got that one, Michelle?
I think this is right.
Butler versus Duke.
Timeout. So they would hope that Zubek makes this.
Not going to try.
He missed on purpose.
Hayward pulling it down. Getting around, Zubat. At midcourt, launches the shot. It almost went in!
I still wanted to go in.
I know. It's like the Vandy shot against Nebraska. Right?
Yeah, and my favorite part of that play is that screen.
Oh, my God. Just gets crushed.
The screen is just amazing.
Man.
I mean, just absolutely hammered the guy. Oh, it was. I remember that one. So, Cole, what about you? What's your favorite moment?
I think my favorite Final Four moment is the North Carolina-Villanova final. The three at the end, holding the follow-through. That was crazy because on the other end of the floor, North Carolina had just hit a miraculous three to tie it, which was a crazy shot. And then to come down and at the last second, seeing a national championship game won on literally a buzzer beater, no 0.3 seconds left on the shot. Literally, the game is over. That was an incredible final. I think it was 2016, 2017.
Yeah, around that time frame. So we've had a really good string of games. I mean, the Kansas game was against Memphis was a great game too.
Yep.
So that was another great moment with the Chalmers three. So some really great moments. How about the Hakeem Warwick block, Michelle? No,
that was a big play.
Yeah, you see.
I think of some of the most memorable things from the tournaments that's burned into my brain is Kevin Ware's leg. I will never not think about that.
Michelle, that's where you went. You went to a man's shin.
Kevin Ware. At his worst moment.
The worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
Michelle's best moment is Kevin Ware's worst moment.
Yeah.
I remember watching that with you, Michelle, and we were all like.
Well, I remember trying to not, because there was all those close-up photos of it.
Yeah.
Right. And they were trying to scrub the internet of them. And I was like, I don't want to see this. And I was really trying to not see it. And then I get up the next day to go to my babysitting nanny job at the time. And Ella's like, Michelle, did you see this? And I'm like, ah!
Nobody wants to see that.
Ella, no.
Yeah.
But Joe, I did pull, I'm not going to play the whole thing here, but here's just a little taste of that UConn call thing. I just found it on Twitter. I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
70, Duke, 10 seconds to go.
Got to cut and run through the ball, and who better than this guy?
Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it out. Oh! It's good! We're point 3.
All right, so that's the main call.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into some of the...
There's the mom.
Impossible.
Did you see the video of Hurley's mom? She's like,
Yeah.
The reaction.
Yeah. So good.
That was... I love that one.
Out of Indiana. Braylon Mullins.
Hold on.
Stolen by Connecticut.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
there we go.
Bedlam.
Hold on.
We went too far forward here.
I know.
Be a technical, but with 3/10 of a second to go, Connecticut.
What?
Unbelievable.
Was that the Duke guy?
Yes. So you got to go back.
Okay.
Go back.
Okay.
Back.
I'm going.
Okay.
Indiana. They all can shoot.
Okay, here we go.
From deep. Astounding. The freshman, Braylon Mullins. What a play.
Bobbled it back for Sarr. Needs to get rid of it. Does for Caden. 7 seconds. Trying to throw it ahead. Deflected. Stolen by Connecticut. 2 seconds. It's Mullins up top for the win. Oh, he hit it. With 0.3 of a second to go. Valentine Smith ran off the bench. That should be a technical. But with 0.3 of a second to go, Connecticut has the lead, 73-72.
That should be a technical.
As Connecticut got the 3 from Mullins after the turnover from Caden Boozer.
Oh, now I want to hear
double. Back to Sarr. Now ahead to Caden Boozer. And a steal. Mullins gets it. It's Caravan to Mullins. Long-range 3. Oh! It went in! Mullins delivers. Bedlam here. They're going to go to the monitor to review it.
I screamed too, just like that, and just like
Absolute bedlam as Mullins threw a 45-footer.
Dame Sarr to inbound, looking to get it to Boozer. He does. Back to Sarr. Duke running clock. Caden Boozer. It's tipped. Mullins. Caravan. Mullins for the win. Bullseye!
What is that? Is that like the student? Is that like the student?
It sounds like the student.
Back to Sarr. Now ahead to Boozer, and UConn got a steal. Caravan for Mullins. Long 3. He got it! Oh, he got it! He hit it! He hit the long 3-pointer from the logo.
He was like a little on the bottom of
I know.
That's what this video is missing.
UConn has taken the lead with 0.3 of a second left to go in a mad scramble off the steal.
So, okay.
Braylon Mullins nails the 3-pointer.
Michelle, who's this?
And the UConn.
Okay, so I went to the tweet and it says CBS, right? We know that. The second, Duke Radio, we know that.
We knew that.
And to which this person, Chase Snyder, who tweeted this out, said, my favorite, ironically and unironically. The third was UConn Radio.
Yeah.
The fourth was UConn Student Radio.
Yeah.
And the last one was Westwood One, Scott Grant.
Westwood 1. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, those are great.
We didn't get Duke students though. We just got the Duke radio, like the Duke main radio broadcast.
Yeah.
I think if you're in our generation, if you're in our generation, what did we grow up with every year in March Madness? We had to watch Leitner's shot every year.
Yep.
I think this
Bryce
is
Drew.
Bryce Drew. This is one of those ones that's going to be on there for the next 20 years.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They're going to see this over and over and over again. I mean, how many times do we have to see Leitner make the shot against Kentucky growing up? I mean, that's this one's going to be entrenched for sure.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
The whole country. It was the last game. It was
so great.
the Sunday NFL time slot. I mean, the whole country was watching that.
Yeah, it was so good. Honestly.
Before we get to the predictions, I had one other fun little. We do mascots. We do best team colors. Here we're going to have the best college town remaining, and of course, there's only one winner. It's the University of Michigan. I mean, Ann Arbor. You can't.
Ann Arbor is a great.
You cannot beat Ann Arbor. I mean, look at that. The Michigan Theater, the State Street Theater. It's what a college town.
Yeah.
I've never been to Ann Arbor.
It's lovely.
The only place I think I've been to on that list is Austin, which is not bad. It's not bad because Austin, Texas is in the Final Four on the
women's side. Yeah, we got a picture of Texas too, Michelle, right?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, the women's side you have Storrs, Connecticut, Columbia, South Carolina, Los Angeles, and Austin. I wouldn't say 4 college towns,
right?
Storrs is probably a college town, but I wouldn't.
It's kind of Texas by default.
Yeah. Joe and I we went to a wedding on campus at the University of Texas in Austin, in the women's building. Remember that,
nice.
Joe?
Yeah, we had a great time in Austin. I mean, the breakfast tacos can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
With Cope, did you have breakfast tacos when you were there?
When we were where?
And when you were in Texas, did you have breakfast tacos?
Was it
no.
Is that what it's called?
We didn't. We had some really good barbecue though. That's for sure.
The food is outrageous. Like,
We
really,
went to La Barbecue, which was amazing. It's getting some free pub on the Mayday Network here. A little La Barbecue and one in a million tacos. 1 in a million. That was like really, really good.
I have a little fun question, if we could, before we get to the predictions, which is if you took LIU or one of the 16 seeds, right, and you put Jokic on there, how far do they get in the tournament?
What about Wemby? Can I put Wemby on one of the teams?
Pick whoever you think is like a dominant NBA player, and you put them on one of the 16 seeds. How far are they going?
With the draw,
or how many? Or how about better? How many like NBA All-Stars do you need to add? Because if it's starting 5, they're going all the way, right?
I'm going to say 2.
You need 2? Okay.
2. I don't think one's enough. I don't think one's enough.
Yeah, you need a Carmelo Anthony and a Jerry McNamara.
Okay, there we go. That's the answer.
Sorry.
It always comes back to Syracuse, doesn't it?
Always
Cuse. I love it. That was good, Shell. That was good.
That was really good.
That was good. Michelle, we haven't seen Cuse in the tournament in 4 years. Do you think you can get back?
I think it's been longer than that. I think it's been longer than that.
Do you think they can get back next year 1? Or are you going to give them? I mean, in this day and age, you can turn the team over really fast. So
I just obviously I'm an alum, so I'm getting all the information in my inbox. Like the massive influx of donations and boosters and season ticket sales are like through the roof. And I think that, Jerry McNamara is the kind of coach that he's dedicated, obviously, but it's all heart for him too. And he's a great coach. People trust him. I think that I saw, hello, Sterling. I think that I saw one of his players from Siena has committed to Syracuse, is coming over with him.
One of the guys that played or did? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, one of the guys that got 0 minutes in the game against Duke.
Listen, I think that given who we're dealing with here, I think that he's the kind of coach that can do this. I really do.
Well, I wish, what? College basketball is better if Syracuse is relevant and good.
Thank you.
We're all hoping that Syracuse gets back in it.
Yeah. Listen, at that press conference the other day, even Jimmy B was there.
Yeah, college basketball is a better system, if Syracuse is relevant.
The one thing that's unfortunate for Syracuse, I think, is being in the ACC. If they left it, because being in the ACC, unfortunately, it just means that football has to be what they're going to prioritize first.
Right.
And if they were in the Big East, man, because UConn benefits from this, Georgetown benefits from this. I mean, obviously Georgetown's not Georgetown of old, but trying to improve that. But all the attention is all of the prioritization of the NIL money and the revenue sharing. That's going to Hurley's program, right? That would be great for Syracuse, where I don't see it.
I saw a stat that UConn's one of the few schools that spent more money on basketball than football.
Right.
And look, the ROI. I mean, they've got
ROI. Yes, for sure. All right, let's get to we're coming up here on the hour, so let's get to our Final Four predictions. I think the viewership probably knows where we're all going here. Why don't we start with Michelle? Who do you like in the men's and the women's?
To win it all.
To win it all, as Brett Mucksberger used to say, for all the Totitos.
Well, I mean, I hate to be cliche over here, but UConn.
Oh,
wow, the double Husky.
Wow,
that's what I'm rooting for. A UConn.
All
Adobe Big East.
Clam chips.
Yeah.
That you know what? That would be incredible if they win both men's and
Can you
women's.
imagine? That'd be amazing.
Now, it
Wow.
didn't happen. It didn't happen in this run because the other 2 years, right? The UConn women won last year when the UConn men didn't. But then the 2 years before that, the UConn women didn't win, right? South
Yeah,
Carolina.
UConn hadn't won in a while. Before
Yeah.
that, you know.
So wow, this would be the first then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, the UConn women. Okay. Cope, who do you got?
Okay, on the women's side, I'm going to say this: streaks are made to be broken. Okay, so I'm going to go with the South Carolina Gamecocks, led by my coach Dawn Staley. That's my coach over there, and I think that's going to be over UCLA in the final.
South Carolina. All right, I'm going to go with UConn. I just think they're too good this year. I'm a big AZ Fudd fan. I love her game. So, I too strong and powerful for South Carolina, but I'm hoping for a great game and over UCLA in the finals. So the top two teams.
So you know why I'm picking South Carolina Gamecocks? Because they have a girl on their team named Tanaya Latson, and for 3 years in Tallahassee, we were infatuated with Tanaya Latson, and we went from a team that was a top 25 program, and she transferred to South Carolina, and understandably so, in the NIL era, getting a chance to play for Dawn Staley, looking for a ship. But she was the leading scorer in the country last year, okay, at FSU. So now she's in the Final Four. She's finally getting the taste of what she's been looking for 4 years. I think she goes off in the Final Four. I think it's her time.
One of the commenters just said UConn won men's and women's in 2014.
Oh wow! So, was that Kevin Ollie's championship?
Yeah.
Wow.
With Kemba,
they beat Calipari, didn't they?
Maybe with Kemba, right? With Kemba Walker.
No, Kemba was still with under Jim Calhoun. I thought it was it was Shabazz Napier.
Men's championship.
I think their star was Shabazz Napier in 2014. Tell me if I'm right, Joe.
Yeah, Shabazz, yes.
Yeah.
Shabazz, and they beat Cal in the finals.
Yeah.
And they were a 7 seed. And an 8 seed was Kentucky. That's kind of crazy.
Wow.
So and then for the men's. Oh, by the way, Cope, that was really WWE of you.
Yeah, good.
I love me some Tanaya Latson. I'm really rooting for her.
That was WWE right there.
I'm really rooting for her. So
you can't see me. And then on the men's side, who you got, Cope?
I want Michelle to go first on this. Oh no, she did. She said
she did the double husky.
So yeah. So on the men's side, I'm emotionally involved in this because of my auction team. I want you to be happy. I want to see Brad Underwood win. But I'm taking Arizona all the way. So that's what I'm going with. Arizona over Michigan, and then Arizona over Illinois in the final.
All right.
Sorry, UConn.
No surprise here. We got Michigan led by Axel Lendenborg. It's just they've been a dominant team all year long, and I think it continues here in the final 2 games. But it should be great basketball. Michelle, is there any final words or Michelle?
Well, no, I was just going to say that Michigan fans, Michigan alum, are the loudest alum.
We everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. You everywhere, and you everywhere loud. And I'll say this. I mean, I love Michigan, great school, blah, blah, blah. They also have a very good theater program there, and one of the best probably in the country. And
better than a school in upstate New York?
Well, I mean, listen, I could go on about this. Both programs were started by the same guy and they have the same curriculum. Anyways, but the Michigan theater kids are really, really very good. And just, you always just know they're there in the audition room. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, there's the Michigan kids. They're loud over in the corner. Same when you're in a bar. And if there's a Michigan game on, it's, hail to the victors.
There you go. The champions of the West.
Yeah, champions of the West. Go Blue. So I have a question for the both of you before we go. This is sports related, but maybe not so much basketball, as we're coming up on the Masters here in the next several weeks.
Yikes on where this is going.
A tradition unlike any other.
Quick thoughts about Tiger Woods.
Yes.
Cope's one of the biggest Tiger Woods fans
I
around.
know.
And Cope and I and our other buddy Martin were huge. We watched every Masters when we were at school together. We watched together rooting for Tiger. Go ahead, Cope.
I have probably zero interest in golf today if there wasn't Tiger Woods. We were not a golf family. And then Tiger Woods came along, and I'm biracial, and so like we rooted for black quarterbacks. When they were and all of a sudden there's this young black guy dominating golf. And we're like, let's go try this out, and then we all got addicted in my family, and so I think that it's a really sad, very sad situation. I mean, it's like you see the jokes and all the memes and stuff like that. And it's like, it's really easy to poke fun, especially when somebody like him has like everything. Right. But for me, I've dealt, I've had family members who are recovered alcoholics. I've been to tons of, AA meetings as a kid, like with, certain family members. And so like, I just know addiction is a it's a beast. And this, at least from my experience, it just comes across as something that is, linking back to a probably an addiction situation. It's easy to jump to the conclusions, but this is a repeatable thing. It's an avoidable thing. It's a foot fault that is completely avoidable. Self-inflicted.
I had said this to you guys too. I think through over the last since that fateful night where Elon came running at him with the golf club, through all of the downturns that he's had over the last 12 to 15 years, the public has supported him at every turn. I feel like this is the one that's finally now it's over the line of
like enough.
It's like it's time to just step back. And he actually announced that he is stepping back, but I don't even want to see him out there. He needs
it's time for real treatment and dealing with it. I mean, I look at it this way. I mean, I believe he's had something like 5 or 6 back surgeries in the last like 3 years, and that's just those 3 years.
So we might be dealing with like opioids.
How many surgeries do you think he's had? I mean, the guy. I mean, he had the car accident, right? And if you take all the surgeries outside of unrelated to the car accident, those probably combine to basically be like a car accident. And I just think his body is probably in a situation where it was very easy for him to get hooked on painkillers and
listen, we lost Prince, we lost Tom Petty. I mean, like, it doesn't matter who you are or how much money you have or how famous you are, or what great a golfer you are, singer, whatever. It's it'll come for you.
It'll come for you. It does not. It does not discriminate at all. So I just really
get some help.
Yeah, I just really hope that it's actually a true. I think what stood out to me is not just like stepping back and not playing the Masters. It's like we've seen that before,
right?
But refusing the Ryder Cup captaincy, we know how much that means to him, and that's not even that event is not even occurring until 2027.
Right.
We're going to go to, right, Cope?
Yeah, we're going to go to it. So
Ireland. Here we go.
That's a 2027 event, and he's already saying, "I'm going to refuse the captaincy for that." And we know how much that means to him.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this means that this is a committed, process. Because here's the thing about it: recovery isn't a finite schedule. It's a forever thing.
Yeah, so it's every day.
He really has to commit to this for the rest of his life, because he's now put himself and other people in danger way too many times.
Yeah,
it's not acceptable at this point.
Yeah, and his 2019 Masters win was one of the most exhilarating sporting experiences.
I remember being
standing outside. Yeah,
it was the same day that Pete Buttigieg, I think, announced his presidential campaign, and we were at George Keeley's on the Upper West Side and watching both of them at the same time.
I'll never forget where I was when he won that Masters. I mean,
that's unreal, and everybody is dying for another moment like that for him. It's just not going to happen. I think even if he wasn't having this, it's probably not going to happen just physically.
Larry Bird's not walking through that door, right? I mean,
but it doesn't mean he can't be part of the game and be part of, and that's where it's like you got to go get better.
Right.
I mean, I'm hoping to see more of him over the next, several years, because his son committed to Florida State. Obviously, I'm all Florida State, all sports fan. So, I'm hoping that we get to see a better or a new and improved Tiger Woods. But look, dog, it's on you now.
Yeah,
every turn, everybody has always flocked back to the Tiger Woods comeback story. I don't think this would be any different, but you've got, you got to change some things in your protocol.
Yeah,
you threw us for a loop. This was not on our agenda.
Well, I thought maybe we could just talk. It's in the news, and I love golf, and I'm a Rory gal, but I do remember.
Love Rory.
Love Rory. But
Rory's that guy.
I remember, being, I think, God, what was the first year that Tiger won the
97.
97.
So I was a freshman in high school, and we were on spring break, my family.
Here we go.
Really?
Hey, Michelle, we weren't in high school yet.
In Myrtle Beach. I was in Myrtle Beach, was another place that Joe likes to be like, Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is great. Everybody from my hometown went there for spring break. Anyways, he had won.
Wait, hold on. Time out. He's busting your balls with that. Why? Because it's not Long Island, Joe? Come on.
I love Myrtle Beach. That's fine.
That sounds like a dream to me. You got Joe.
I know. It was like every kid from my high school was there, and all the parents, and everybody had a really good time. But anyways,
it's not Nassau County, Michelle.
It's not Nassau County. It's not Montauk. Oh God. From Sag Harbor. But he won the Masters that Sunday, and then that following, I think it was the next day, we were all there. He went to the All-Star Cafe in Myrtle Beach, and he was outside and did a press con because a couple of my friends went over, and excuse me, and it was such a big deal, and he was right there, and I just remember it like it was yesterday. It's just crazy.
And everything that he means to the sport. I think when he won it that day, I'm pretty sure his purse was $400,000.
Yeah.
Now it's like 10 million. He did that single-handedly.
Yeah. And I think that's I mean, the guys that are on the tour now, like I think part of their love for Tiger is the same reason why we all love Tiger too. But also a big part of that is he's made them a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then there's that.
Bryson DeChambeau, please send your thanks to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Listen. I don't have a lot of love for many American players, especially after last year's.
This is a Rory McIlroy household.
Yeah.
That's
I love Rory.
Next weekend, Cope and I will be texting about Rory McIlroy pulling for our boy.
Let's get another green
I
jacket.
gotta change out. We've got a doormat, interchangeable doormat. I gotta put the golf court doormat outside.
Yeah.
Do you faintly play the music in the background around your
the Masters?
A tradition unlike any other.
Well, guys,
all right, Michelle, is that it?
Yes, this has been a lot of fun.
We're gonna call it there.
Yeah,
I love this.
Thank you for the extra input at the end. I think, talking about sports, it's the one thing we can all kind of come together and talk about, and give each other shit about as well.
And thanks to all the viewers out there. We love you out in Mayday Nation.
Yes, I see John Donahue is always here. Our
the viewers, thank you so much for all the support.
And I'm gonna force Joe and Michelle to do the same thing for the Women's College World Series in a month and a half.
Hey, why not? Why not?
We'll be here. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Guys.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know if Michelle wants to do any recap after the tournament or not.
Why not?
We'll see.
That sounds great.
We'll see if we've got any one shining moments.
Yeah, great.
There we go. Anything else? We good?
That's all, guys.
All right,
happy
guys.
Thursday. Everyone have a good Friday. See what I did there? And happy Easter and everything else. And we'll see y'all soon. Bye, everybody.
Go Blue.
Have a great one.